Hello, good to see you again. Thank you for coming. Very good. What's new?
Well, I was staying, I went to the Thich Nhat Hanh Center in Escondido, Deer Park,
Yes.
to learn about what they're doing there, and very nice, so I stayed there for 5 months.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm planning to continue. They accept me. My master from Myanmar called me out to take care of the temple here in just 10 minutes away.
I see. So you close by now?
Yeah.
You going back to the deer park or not?
No plan for that now.
Now you're busy taking care of the temple. Okay. Very good. Okay. Come by anytime. Okay. Thank you. Good to see you again. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for coming. It's nice to see you. I travel around a lot, so it's like every time I see you, it's like, it's so nice to see you again. It's good to see you because I know times are hard. You know, the past 3 years, it's the pandemic. And everyone is scared for their lives, you know. You fear for your life. It's just a terrible, terrible situation. We felt pretty bad ourselves. Actually, during the whole time, we never feared for ourselves because we knew that Chan practitioners can handle it. Okay, so we never feared for our lives and actually help a lot of people recover from the COVID. Okay. As part of our community service. And actually, while we were supposed to be closed officially, we still opened our doors privately to our people or those who needed to be here and to get a break and de-stress themselves. So now, next in line is that economic stress. Not only fear for your life, now you fear for your income. And it's terrible. And amazing how it is. In the Chinese culture, your blessings are measured in 3 aspects. Number 1 is lifespan, how long you can live. That's the nature of your blessings. Number 2 is your remuneration, your salary. Okay? Your blessings are being tested. First your life, now it's your income. It's so stressful for everyone. And again, you know, this is what I feel bad, and I'm hoping that you hang in there and practice Chan meditation, because Chan meditation will help you increase your performance. If you improve, when you improve, you naturally will be more productive, healthier, less easily stressed out. And that's what we know. It's not talk. It's our track record, the track record of our people. I see our people who've been here and quietly, they simply, like those moms back there, they simply brought their children to the temple because the children love it here. Yes? And they said, okay, it's not a bad way to spend time with my kids. Just bring them there and look and socialize with all the kids and be happy. And you know, they half-heartedly practiced, didn't like the pain, the leg pains. But I look at them and I see them improve as well. So naturally, if you simply go to the temple and regularly and try to keep up with us, naturally you improve. And the way I measure your progress is not in terms of concrete things, but I see things that I like. For example, I see children, becoming more, childish. They can be themselves. We want children to be themselves, so they can come to the temple and run around, horse around, and make a lot of noises, and scream and yell. And the adults learn to put up with it, and not complain. And it turns out, it's the one thing that really pleases me is that their children are happier. They are more loving towards the parents. They get closer to the parents. Yes? That's a sign. You know what's a sign? What that means? That means that the parents are more adorable. And vice versa. What more can you ask? People measure happiness by money, by the kind of nice car you drive and your clothes and so forth. Happiness is actually that comes from your heart. Your heart needs to feel happy with yourself or with the people around you, or what you have. And so that's why I'm very proud of the fact that now we have a full spectrum of teachers. My students I'm very proud to say that my students are very good teachers because if you're new, you can take classes with them, whether it's here in person or online. And because we've been trained to guide you, to help build your foundation for you, okay? And in Chan meditation, it's not talk with us. We do the walk, meaning that we help you improve, period. This is why we're doing this. We're very obsessed about it, if you will. I was at my master's temple for 4 years. To me, it's such a waste of time. It bothered the heck out of me. I felt that my master misled me in a way because when I wanted to learn Chan meditation from the best teacher, meaning my late Chinese teacher. But he died very quickly as soon as I shaved my head. Okay? And he died like 4 months later. He never taught me how to meditate. But he said, don't worry, my students will train you. My students have only 3 things to do. That's very important to me, he said. Training you, next generation. Thank you. How are you? Your car sounds pretty loud. Maybe it needs oil or something. I asked Jimmy, I don't know if he's up yet, to go take a look, help you take a look. Because if it breaks down the freeway, it's a very nasty thing. Okay, I have AAA too, by the way. Yeah. Okay. So, where was I? See, I'm very scattered. I'm glad that you are learning to increase your concentration. I'm more and more scattered as I get older. Where was I? No one's listening. See, that's why I'm so scattered. No one cares anyway. Doesn't matter what I say. You don't pay attention. Huh? Yeah, thank you. Oh, bless you, my child. And so, he said 3 things. 1, training you, next generation. 2, translation. 3, education. He's founding elementary schools, high schools, universities, Buddhist universities, and so forth. And so I said, wow, well, if he's the best teacher I could find, his students clearly are better than most monks and nuns I've met, so I stick around. So I stuck around. Circumstances were such that I stuck around for 4 years. And I bounced around from one monk to the next, to the next, to the next, with my hands out, please teach me. Please transmit to me the hands and eyes. Please tell me what to do. And after 4 years, you know what was my level when I left? Second dhyana. 4 years as a professional, I got the second dhyana. That's all. It's sad, you know. My students now, if you're from zero, you come to my temple and to the weekends, okay, and follow the instructions and go home, practice every day like you're taught to. You reach first dhyana in months, maybe 1, maybe 2. No more than 3. And even the new students, like in Korea, where we have a couple of branch temples, the new ones, they get there within weeks. And then I noticed some of them have been even surpassing my monks and nuns. Okay, so. Something is working pretty well if you listen, if you follow the instructions, okay? And it's an obsession with me because I felt that I wasted 4 years of my life. I could have learned everything I needed to learn from my master's temples in about 6 months. No more than 6 months. And yet, I was there for 4 years, and to me, personally, I hate when people waste my time. So that's why I'm obsessed about not wasting yours. So anyway, we have a lot of competent students who are honestly speaking, very good Chan teachers, one of the best teachers in a business. Why is that? Because I trained them personally, and I assisted in training them to be teachers, Chan teachers myself. So they know what to do to help you build the proper foundation. You don't realize how important it is to learn Chan. You start out by building the proper foundations. Okay? You don't have the foundation, it's like a house. You don't have a good foundation, it's not going to last. You cannot build up very high. Okay? To improve the higher levels, you need a very strong foundation that we keep on reinforcing it and expanding your foundation over time. Okay? So it's an ongoing process. We build a foundation for you to improve and fortify it and expand it and make it more suitable for your growth needs. And so one of the things that you are taught in a Chan meditation is to endure the discomfort, the pain in your legs. It's that simple. So this is a secret of our training, is to ask you to endure things that are hard for you to endure. And that's part of the things I learned from my teachers, my experience at my teachers' temples. I endured 3.5 more years I would want to intellectually. If I look at it intellectually, I said, no, I would have bailed out a long time ago, okay? Because I wasn't getting what I wanted, okay? Whatever I learned whatever I picked up was not consistent with my master's philosophy or Chan techniques at all, Chan teachings at all. And yet, I had to endure it for personal reasons because my parents were there, basically. And I found his temples to be the best place for my parents, so I had to stick around. Okay? Until I couldn't anymore. I figured that my parents are old, so I gave up a few years of my life to take care of them while I still had a chance. And then move on in my life. Anyway, so not only do we have competent teachers, but they're constantly being trained. They're getting better themselves. As teachers, they continue to receive training. They continue to they expect to improve as well, so that the teaching skills will also ameliorate. Okay? We're obsessed with improvements. Why is that? Because it's what the fun is. Improvement is fun. Improvement is happiness. Improvement is rewarding. You know, when you improve to the next level, your blessings increase proportionally. That your real wealth there is your blessings. Your hidden wealth, your true treasure is called blessings. It's not money. It's not your house. Okay? Those are manifestations of your blessings. The third component of blessings is wealth, your house. Okay, it will manifest as your house, manifest as material possessions. Okay, and so let me give you an idea of what's really happening. You see a lot of monks who have a lot of temples. For example, here, you have, he's still alive. I cannot tell his level yet. I have to usually wait until the monks die, and I tell people their levels because out of respect for them. Okay, there's a monk here who is a Bhikkhu's temple here in Hacienda Heights. Okay, very, very wealthy. Okay, what is that? There is, in Taiwan, for example, I owe a lot of Taiwanese, so let me tell you, I'm grateful for that. I would never do anything to harm them intentionally, okay? But in Taiwan, there were this monk here is one of the 4 big monks in Taiwan, okay? And they're very famous in Taiwan. They get a lot of temples. They have a lot of money. And they do a lot of good things for Taiwanese Buddhism as well as Buddhism throughout the world. That's why I respect them. I'm grateful to them. Okay. But I think 3 of them died already. This one is the last one. Okay. And the other, so they are the 4 big Taiwanese monks, monks from Taiwan. And the one thing that Sheng Yan, you heard Sheng Yan, who also teaches Hua Tou. He's a teacher of Hua Tou. He propagates Hua Tou. Even went up to the mountain to practice by himself for 10 years. I heard. Okay, and so he came back after 10 years and had a lot of support, had a lot of disciples. Sheng Yan, anyone knows? Of course, our illustrious spy number 1 knows everyone. A spy is because he's from my master's temples originally. Yeah, of course, I know. Huh? 2?
Master, you told me about Master YongHua and his temple, so I was sent there by you.
I didn't tell you to believe him. I sent you there just to take a look.
That's why I didn't take refuge over there, but over here.
Anyway, so Xin Yoon was very famous. He's very generous. He had a lot of temples. He had a university, Buddhist university, where he's very generous. He gave them like free tuition to get into a master's degree. He gave them room and board, and even gave them like $600 for pocket money. He's very generous every month or something like that. I said, wow, if I knew, I would have applied. And he's so generous. And so these people have big hearts, and they really wanted to propagate Buddhism, and he really believed that in his Chan and his Hua training and so forth. He's very, very wealthy. You know what his level is? First stage Arhat. After 10 years of being in solitude up at the mountain. First stage Arhat. So that should tell you that the kind of blessings the first stage Arhats have. The other two are probably first stage Arhats too. Another one who died recently too, YongHua, he has a temple in Pomona here. Okay, he has a temple. His disciple has a PhD somewhere from University of Tokyo and has a temple. Used to be the head of the temple in San Jose on Camino Real in Sunnyvale. And now, after he died, I think that the guy who is a PhD and a guest lecturer at Stanford University, he was brought back to head the organization or something like that. Okay, so the brand master, Master YongHua, is first stage Arhat. And he has built all these huge temples. That tells you that the kind of blessings the first stage Arhats have. You understand? The wealth comes from your blessings. So when you improve, what happened to you? Why you look so serious this morning? Huh? Oh, you're only happy when you eat. Excuse me. Okay? So, when you improve to next level, your blessings also increase. And that's what your real wealth, folks. That's your real treasure is right there. You carry it with you. Everywhere. Every single lifetime. No one can touch it until you withdraw. That's why it's so important for you to improve. When you improve, you never lose. It's never wasted. Your time practicing Chan is never a waste. When you improve, it's like winning the lottery. Seriously. Okay? That's why you're doing this. Okay? And usually don't talk like this because you get a lot more than we can ever tell. And it's when we teach Chan, it's not to sell it to you or for you to become greedy for blessings. It will happen naturally when you improve, that's all. Okay? the less greedy you are in your Chan practice, the quicker you improve, the further you can go. Yes, did you want to say something, sister? 9.
Master, since we bring our blessings with us, which is wonderful to know, do we bring the blessings with us to Pure Land?
Yes, absolutely.
Do the blessings affect our grade?
Your blessings go with you, and wherever you are, you can choose to make a withdrawal.
So I can get a nice house.
There's no houses in the Pure Land. We only have palaces.
Oh, okay.
We don't live in houses like in Rosemead. Rosemead is like an outhouse. Okay? In the Pure Land, all the nicest buildings here, properties in Rosemead, is basically an outhouse in the Pure Land.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes, sir. 7.
Master, there are a lot of people who are rich who have like a big mansions, but they don't seem to do any spiritual practices. How did they get there then?
It's from the prior blessings. Remember the blessings when you carry it from lifetime to the next lifetime, until you make withdrawals. So that's why rich people, they're rich because they make withdrawals from their blessings. Those monks have a lot of temples, have a lot of money, because they said, I want to use my blessings to become famous, to have temples, have a lot of disciples, have a lot of donations. Because they use it, that's how they become rich. A lot of other monks who are, first stage art or second stage art clearly have far more blessings, but they're not using them. That's why they have, a teeny tiny house. No temple even. Okay?
Thank you, Master.
Yeah. This is a misconception. They say that, you're rich, you're so wonderful, you have a big temple. No, it's a withdrawal. Are you kidding? Think about it. My master, this is what I learned from my master. Master says, at night, when I sleep, I use 2 square foot of space. Why do we need a big temple? I don't use it. Whether you love me, you adore me, it doesn't do much for me. It won't make me any happier. It won't make her happier when you like her, but it won't make him any happier when you like him. True or not? When your dog loves you, are you happier? Yeah. See? I rest my case. When my dog loves me, if I had one, it won't make me any happier. It would take a lot of dogs to make me happy. Not one. For her, it's one. For me, it's 10,000. I love dogs too, by the way. Yes, 8.
From Samson Lau. Hi, Master. When you say blessings are being withdrawn, what does this mean? How do you withdraw blessings?
You draw blessings by willing it. You say, this is what happened to this monk here, who is his 80s or 90s now. Oh God, that's the nature of his blessing. It's a pretty long life for a monk to live in 80s, 90s. Monks, believe it or not, have a lot of wear and tear in their bodies. They're supposed to. Anyway, so for this monk here, what happened to him? He's actually, my master explained his case to us, I heard. He said that in a prior life, this monk here, who has a temple in Hacienda Heights, biggest temple here in LA, okay? They're losing money. They're burning through money every single month, We're talking about a lot of money. Okay? Yes, sir, in the back.
Master Venerable Xin Yoon passed.
Hey, don't mention names.
He passed away.
He dead already?
Yes, and they.
Oh, yeah, that's
cremated
right.
His body,
That's right, that's right. And?
and they found relics in there.
Yeah, see? Relics. It's easy to get relics because when you do some good deeds, you get some relics. Okay, so he did some good deeds. Yes? And he's very generous, by the way. Xin Yoon, Venerable Xin Yoon, who is a first stage Arhat as well. Only first stage Arhat. Okay? And he has a big heart. He says, I want to use my money, my assets, to help propagate Buddhism throughout the world. How big of a heart he has. For example, contrast to me, I said, I don't want to do that. Are you crazy? I'm struggling with just, getting a Mercedes. His disciple is driving around Mercedes. I look, oh, wow, what a nice car. Yes, ma'am. 2.
Master, I heard of a side story of Venerable Xin Yoon.
Yeah. Please tell us.
At the beginning,
She knows everything, by the way. She knows a lot more about all these temples and these people than I do.
so he had a really good friend or another monk in Taiwan. They were best friends. They wear the same pants and
Wear the same pants?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, back then it was really poor and everything, and it's weird. Then
Taiwanese are weird. You poor, you wear the same pants.
you switch over and
So like 1 foot.
at different times.
Now you. I can't sleep tonight. Well, I have to figure out how two people wear the same pants.
So at the end of their cultivation, they both, Venerable Xin Yoon and this Taiwanese monk, also very famous.
What's his name? What's the other
I
guy's?
don't really know. I
Okay, look it up. I hate it when it's a half-told story, but continue.
Give me some hours to go home and look for the story.
Okay.
And I'll
Thank
give you the name next time when I find it.
Yeah.
So they were given the temple. The other monk got a really good temple. Venerable Xin Yoon actually got a really small and poor temple. And then Venerable Xin Yoon said, I want to propagate Buddhism. So the other monk gave him the really good temple. Was that part of the blessing also in a way?
Yes, absolutely.
I think the other monk was maybe a very senior monk in Taiwan.
Yeah.
I have to look it up.
Yeah. The Taiwanese is also very supportive of Buddhism in general as a culture. Okay? That's why it's no surprise that the Taiwanese economy was very strong. Same thing in Korea. They are so supportive of the Buddhism, and that's why Korea economy also grew very, very strong. Same standards of living as Europe, Western Europe. Okay, and so anyway, the story of Xin Yoon, based on what I heard from Master Xinhua's disciples, was that in a prior life, a long, long time ago, Xin Yoon made an offering to a practical Buddha. And then the practical Buddha, this is typical of the sages. They said, okay, I accept your offering. What is your wish? And so Xin Yoon said, I would like in the future to propagate Buddhism. And how do I want to do it? I wanted to have a lot of temples. Build temples everywhere throughout the world so that people can come to the temple and learn about Buddhism. You know that he built a big temple in Africa. And that one is losing money too. Every one of them loses money except for one in Kaohsiung. Okay, in Taiwan. That's all. All of them losing money. That's the kind of blessings he has. And so Master Xin Yoon says, because of that wish, the practical Buddha said, okay, I will grant you your wish. I grant you your wish. That's why this lifetime he became a monk, and then he had all these temples throughout the world. Okay? That's why, that's why for him to make an offering to practical Buddha, and now he reached the first stage Arhat, that's part of his blessings as well. Hello, see, our kids, this is how they walk nowadays. They don't walk normally anymore. They crawl around in full lotus. Okay, it's hard to watch, but but if they like it, we don't mind. Yes, 5.
Thank you, Master.
Yes.
I'm working on the accounting under my company. So, but one of the customer asked us to make some change the invoice, some their way.
Yes.
So my boss, company CEO, accept this. So I have to make an invoice like incorrectly, but amount is the
Yes,
same.
yes. We do at our at the temples too, not our temples.
So if I do that, I make a lie, so I make offense. So how am I supposed to do that? I can reject about this. I have to do that. So
No, you do it in your case. It's part of your work. So if it comes from the boss, then you are exempt.
okay.
It's not your problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. You part of the work, unfortunately, in your job is a job, part of the job description that's not there, is that you're supposed to do what you're told. Okay, and in those situations, it's not your fault. Okay, you simply do as you're ordered. Okay, that's a part of the job requirements.
Thank you, Master.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Anyone else? Yes, 2.
Master, I have 2 questions. Question
Yes.
number 1. So if it's part of the job requirement, Daniel has to request a lot of pest control, like fumigation,
Yes.
and so kill lots of cockroaches, rats, and things like that.
Right.
So he's exempt.
No.
Who's responsible for it then?
No.
But
Not
why
for him.
she and not him?
Because he's Daniel and she's Yun. It's not the same. She's my disciple, he's not. She's Buddhist, he's not. Need I say more? She's a girl, he's not.
Yeah. Master, who's the 4th?
I like her, I don't like him as much.
Okay.
I can go on and on and on.
What about
And
me,
you see that
Master?
the odds are stacked against him.
But what about me? I'm your disciple too, even though I'm a spy. Would you like to tell me what do I need to do to improve?
No, I don't want him to become Buddhist. I prefer he stays the way he does.
I'm talking about me, Master.
Because it's true to my philosophy. We don't try to convert people. Why should we?
Master, you just said...
We don't have space for non-Buddhists. Look at us. We don't have enough space, seriously.
Master, you just said earlier that if they keep coming to follow the schedule, they will improve everybody. So Daniel, he didn't improve at all because he's not her. He's not Buddhist, so he wouldn't improve.
Why are you so argumentative?
Because
Is he your boyfriend or something? Let's hear it. Is he?
Yes.
Okay. Do you love him?
I don't know.
Daniel, I tried. Okay? I think it's worth a lot more to you than becoming Buddhist. To find out if she loves you or not. True or not? Yeah? Huh? Okay. See, I tried already. So I owe you nothing. I think he wants me to help more in that arena than, the meditation or chanting. He's right? Huh? Right, my man? Huh? Right, bro?
Right.
See, I know it. Okay. Gosh. All this great Chan technology, but she said, I believe in my God. Okay. What we call blind loyalty. Okay. Anyway, of course he's improved. Well, we hate to tell them because they don't believe anyway. So why should we tell them anything? Then they walk around and say, see, these Buddhists are stupid. They help everyone. They even help me, a non-believer. Okay. Yeah. All right. I think we're running out of things to talk about. Huh? Yes, too.
Master, would you please share who's the third one in Taiwan that you haven't mentioned?
The third one?
Yeah, you said there are three very famous ones. You mentioned Wei Jie.
Wei Jie is not one of the four. Wei Jie is newer.
Sheng Yan, and then
Sheng Yan, Xin Yoon.
who is the fourth one?
Wei Jie, there's two more, but I don't know their names. We just heard that there's the four big ones in Taiwan in that era. Okay? And I think they're all dead already. And what's unfortunate is that those fours, they really are not sages as far as Mahayana is concerned. So that's why is it important? Because they don't know they don't understand Chan. Chan in Buddhism is a main tool we use to train the next generation. So all the patriarchs are very strong in Chan. That's why they are not necessarily specialists in Chan, but they understand Chan enough to help them do the work to train the next generation. Okay, so Master Xin Yoon is one of the best Chan teachers. Actually, the second best Chan teachers I know. The first one, to me, is Master Huineng, the sixth patriarch. because he taught me once. I said, wow, what a brutal way of teaching people. Master Xin Yoon's way of teaching is brutal as well, but not as brutal as the 6 patriarchs, for example, which we will lecture on in the afternoon, his sutra. For some reason, he chose to come and teach me when I was at my early day during my early days, and I say, wow, no one ever taught me that way before, okay, including my Chinese teacher. So anyway, so the patriarchs are very strong in Chan, but the rare ones are the ones who really can train people in Chan, like Master Xin Yoon. The current patriarch, I know of him, you guys don't know of him, is strong in Chan as well. At least was stronger in Chan. Now he's not as strong anymore, unfortunately. But he's not that skilled in training. That's why, if he were really skilled in training, he would have been training people already. Okay, in Chan, you cannot fake it. Because you can tell. Because sometimes I cannot tell the master's level, so I look at the disciples. Okay? And if the disciples' level are not high enough, then I can tell the master is no good teacher, meaning he does not understand how to teach Chan. Okay? For example, to speak someone a little bit further away so that we don't get in trouble as if we're slandering people, the ones who are alive, because I respect what they're doing. The patriarchs are making a lot of personal sacrifices. It's not easy being a patriarch, let me tell you. I would never want to be one, personally. It's too much work. For what? You can't pay me enough to be a patriarch, meaning I have more blessings, so you can't pay me enough to tempt me. Anyway, like Master Xin Yoon, who was a predecessor to Master Xin Yoon, okay? Xin Yoon was very famous in the Western circles because of his Chan prowess. He was so famous, for example, that the king of Thailand invited him to go to Thailand to teach meditation. He went to Thailand, when it was extremely hot. He landed in Thailand, and sat in meditation, entered samadhi for 7 days. 7 days. He sat down, entered samadhi, didn't come out until 7 days later. And the king of Thailand, who is the father of this current king right now, who is a devout Buddhist disciple, he was so impressed, he gave him a piece of land to build a temple in Thailand. Okay? So Master Xin Yoon was a very strong meditator. He became enlightened practicing the Hua To. Okay? And he's the 8th ground Bodhisattva. And that's why when you see his photos, can you find a photo of Xin Yoon? He always has his eyes closed. That's the attachment of the 8th ground Bodhisattvas. Most of his photos, 90% of his photos, his eyes are closed. No leakage. Because you leak energy by opening your eyes. Did you know that? See, you didn't even know. He knew, so he said, I ain't wasting my energy. So if he speaks Dharma, I'm thinking it would be, hello, how are you today? Hey, spy number 1. Okay, don't sit so close to your boyfriend. He can't concentrate. Okay, and so forth. And right there, see? Eyes closed. Was it? I cannot tell, it's black and white. Find another one. Look at that, eyes closed. See? They don't waste energy. Okay, it's enough because it might be copyrighted. I got in trouble. I used a copyrighted photo, and I was, in my Dharma talk and something, and I was pursued. Ended up having to pay $200 to the lawyer to placate some sort of AP photo or something. No one made money except for the lawyers. Anyway, nonsense. So he would not open his eyes. And his 8th round Bodhisattva, which is considered a Mahasattva. Mahasattvas are 8, 9, 10 or higher. So 8 is the lowest level of Mahasattvas, but he made the cut. He go into Mahasattva range. That's why he's very famous. He's very strong in samadhis. And he had a lot of disciples. He was a patriarch of the 5 schools of Chan in China. Weiyang, our schools, Cao Dong, Fa Yan, Yunmen, and something else. I forgot. Okay, Linji. Okay, Linji is our lineage as well. My lineage is, my Vietnamese master is Linji. And Master Xin Yoon is Weiyang. My training primarily came from Weiyang training, but my bloodline is also from the Linji as well. To give you an idea, Weiyang is up here. Linji is like halfway in terms of the level of their disciples. We don't know the master's level. They're too old, and like Master Wei, Shan, Yang Shan. I don't know what levels are. But you look at the disciples, okay? Then you see that Weiyang disciples are in the Mahasattva range. Linji never could make it to the Mahasattva range. We're very selective, so that later on, when the Weiyang lineage students were not good enough, they folded Weiyang. Weiyang disappeared and folded into Linji, because that's all they could get. And Weiyang says, I'm not going to call you Weiyang because you're not good enough. We're that picky. There's no beating around the bush. The one thing about Chan is that you cannot fake it. When we meet each other, professional like us, okay, we know. And this is what matters to us, not your adoration, not your cars. Well, the cars help. I like red cars. Okay, it's one of my weaknesses. Okay, not temples. I don't care for temples, but I like red cars. Anyway, so when we see each other, okay, this is how we gauge ourselves. When you see Dalai Lama and you see Thich Nhat Hanh, so forth, that's how we say, oh, that's what you are. Okay? Xin Yoon and so forth. We know each other. Okay? At least I know them. Okay? So you can't fake it, number one. Professionals like us, we can't fake it. Okay? Number two, if you're sensitive, you can feel the difference in energy from people to people. For example, you sit with her, okay? It feels this way, and she'll bring you up to a higher level of concentration, okay? And then you go, one of my other disciples walks in, and you say, oh, wow, this is, I feel stronger, I feel more peaceful, okay? And so forth, and so forth, and so forth. When you are sensitive, you can feel, you can sense it. you feel a stronger energy, like a nuclear reactor. Okay? So that's why in Chan, we can't fake it. There's no point in faking it. And let me give you a small tip. On the videos, I saw a lot of people teaching Chan and giving Dharma talks, and these people walk around, and up and down the assembly. And the one thing that gives them away that they're fakes is their eyes. They move. They shift the eyes, if you will. Because when your samadhi level is too low, your eyes, you cannot control your eyes. I can sit there like this forever with you. Okay? My eyes will not move unless I see a red card. And I say, oh. Okay? And so Xu Yun, Master Xu Yun was even a patriarch of our Wei Yang lineage of Lin Ji, and then Cao Dong, and then Fa Yan and Yun Men. He's that good. He recognized he's qualified to be a patriarch of all 5 schools. But for us professionals, to me, I don't know all the schools, but if you tell me about Cao Dong and Lin Ji and Wei Yang, I feel Wei Yang is far superior. Okay? So it's the first Chan house in China, the Wei Yang lineage. And because it's so advanced, later, their disciples went out, okay? And they didn't understand the master's teaching. That's why they founded all the schools. Okay? The master, Wei Shan, did not want any Chan school. That's a difference. All the other teachers wanted their own Chan school. Master Wei Shan says, no, I don't want it. It's his disciple who said, my master's teaching is so advanced. Okay? I am who I am today because of him. And I'm going to use his teaching as a foundation of my Chan teaching. That's why I'm going to found a school. I call it Wei Yang. Later, he himself refused to call it Wei Yang. But his disciples later said, wow, what we learn is Wei Yang, not Lin Ji, not Cao Dong, not Fa Yan, not Yun Men. Got that? The first two teachers in our lineage did not want to found a school. All the other 4 wanted their own schools. That's a difference. Understand? I don't think you can tell them with a red car either. Yes, too.
Master, the other 2 famous one were they Guangqing Lao Hesang? I heard was a 4th stage.
Guangxin is much higher than them. Guangxin is 4th stage Arhat.
I heard that. And also Chan Yun.
Honestly,
he's the other.
Not that important. I'm interested in the great teachers. I'm not interested in small-time teachers.
No, but was that the other 2 famous in Taiwan?
I'm getting old and my memory is no good anymore. Why do I need to burden myself with, first stage ahats? Come on. We have better things to do. Okay, time is up. I think we best. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. The sidekick. All right. Thank you, guys. You're so sweet. Okay, lunch on me. These guys are very simple. They like McDonald's. I saw them fixing my van, and they at 3 in the afternoon, I was driving back, and they was driving the other way, and they turned to McDonald's. Thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, I love it. I was hoping he would crawl up here, but no. He's too much in a hurry. Thank you. Okay, are you hungry? Let's go eat, huh? Okay, thank you, everyone.